Ring ring, who doesn't have a phone in here? Well, in today's generation, you guys all should. With the technology, apps, and devices, it's really hard to show your personality and your character trait through a camera or through a typed resume when roaming through the online communication. With the addition of technology also advancing, it's also hard to keep up with it. Like, what iPhone generation are we even on? Well, today I will inform you on how to be a better interpersonal communicator with, first, the 6 key components with benefits and definition. Second, the tips to be an effective interpersonal communicator within your online professor. And third, establishing a guidance to be a better interpersonal communicator in the workspace. So before we walk, we must crawl. So the definition of interpersonal communicator by CSB Global states that it is a soft skill that encompasses how well an individual can communicate with each other. It is also referred as social skills or people skills. The benefits of it is that it impacts your psychological and physical health. From Oxford studies, it says that it enables people to be more adapted to stress, have better relationships, and reduces depression and anxiety. And I'll also provide a visual aid of the 6 key components by the CSB Global. So first is the communicator. It is between the sender and the receiver. And then the second is the message. The message is what the sender is trying to get to the receiver. Thirdly is the noise, the distractions between the sender and the receiver. Fourth is the feedback, which the receiver gives to the sender. And the fifth is the context from the message to the receiver, whether a message is received or interpreted correctly. And lastly is the channel. All of it combined that makes a communication system. Now with all the basics done, let's get to the fun part. I know that majority of you guys are going to college, so here are some effective tips to be a better interpersonal communicator within your online professor. First, be an engaging online student. All the professors from top universities to low universities care about your goals by guiding you and mentoring you. So being a defensive student is very lackluster, and it really doesn't achieve your goal when going within your professor and you. Second, don't be afraid to ask for clarification. Ask your professors questions. If you don't understand a concept or a lesson, what your teacher taught, always contact your professor quickly and via email, face-to-face, or phone call. And with that, after college is a 9-to-5 job. With that, being an effective interpersonal communicator is very effective since communication tools are constantly changing. So here are some tips to be a better interpersonal communicator in the workspace. Number 1, be clear and concise. With all the technology, there might be internet delay, just delay in general, and all that. So be clear and concise. By doing that, be careful on what you say and avoid overusage words. And then second, practice active listening. Like my dad says, God invented 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So practice listening is as important as speaking. So Harvard provides us how to practice active listening. First is the full attention that you give to your listener. Second, a clear mind to your listener. And then 3, show your positivity to your speaker. So with that, with all that given information, I hope you have a better understanding of what the 6 key components and the benefits of definition of interpersonal communication, the tips to be an effective interpersonal communicator within your professor, and then third, a better interpersonal communicator within the workspace. So with that, phone call. Ring, ring. Oh, yeah, the iPhone generation that we're on is iPhone 15. You can either get the Pro or the Pro Max. With that, you also have the dynamic island feature, and it's one of the most durable phones that iPhone has produced. And also, it has a 48 MP camera that has outstanding, breathtaking pictures. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Oh, yes, I have one. When should I start with being better at interpersonal communications?
So with all the given information that I gave you, I think the most effective way to start is during your college and your workspace era. Other questions?
Yes. What online communication apps should be effective to show your interpersonal communication skills?
So anything dealing with the business department, so Indeed, Upworks, and LinkedIn, all those type of things that will show your interpersonal communication skills.
Woo!